I can already say right now, this account review is going to go real well because we're already winning. We're already winning. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Azur account video, another Agito Live video. This time we are going to be reviewing the account of in Twitch, Girls Frontline, RPK16, or HeiseiSKK in Azur. I'm gonna go with Heisei for the rest of this because that's just easier to say than an entirely different game. I've been playing since March of last year, 2022. So a little, almost 2 years. We're coming up almost 2 years here next March. Yeah, we're coming on 2 years. So we're a little under 2 years. We started out pretty strong here with a Shinano Race Queen skin, which is, you know, probably the best Race Queen skin. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Okay. At least it's my favorite Race Queen skin. I think it's the best, personally. So, started out pretty good. So, about level 93. It's not bad. I feel like after almost a year, almost 2 years, I feel like it's a little low. But if you're not like a super hard grinding player, then it's probably fine. Not Ulrich is great. All of Ulrich's skins are kind of ass. I'm just gonna hot take real quick. Ulrich skins, they're all kind of ass. Base art is best. So, anyways, moving on. Next, all right, we got Kearsarge in here. We got an Oath, New Jersey. It's fair. Oof, Musashi, but with Musashi's, in my opinion, not the greatest skin, but not terrible. Not terrible. My problem with this skin, by the way, and this is nothing against Heisei, but she's missing her tails. They just completely remove her tails from the skin. Like, the skin already didn't look great, but the fact that it just removes her tails and just deletes everything about the like half the part of the character art, it's kind of a problem with that. I just have a problem with that. Any skin that just remove attributes is terrible in my opinion. And for anybody who didn't realize that the tails weren't there, now you know. They're gone. There's nothing there. There's no tails. They're gone. Down. Alright, next. Oh, only 3. Okay. Or 4. POV tails under the boat. Yeah, no. There are no tails under the boat. There are no tails under the boat. There are no tails under the boat. There is nothing. It's gone. There's nothing. They're gone. They're just gone. They do this in a lot of art for a lot of the characters with tails, and it's irritating every time. So they removed the floof. Yeah, they removed like half the character. Oh, you didn't write anything here, so you know. All right, so 55% collection. It's not terrible considering the length of time you've played. Could be a little bit higher, but it's not bad. Ships owned, commissions, exercises. It seems to me you're kind of a little more casual player, which is fine. Okay. Got your metals all set up. Everything's all set up here. Okay. Good amount of oil, gold. Awesome. All right, let's go over. Have you logged in today? Yo, why are you not running your commissions, buddy? What's going on? What's going on here? Why are you not running your commissions? You need to run these. You need to run these. You need to be running. Why are you not researching? What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on here, Mr. Heisei? Why you no research? It's a little strange. Nothing? Shh. Okay. Well, you know, I saw nothing. Whatever. Moving on. All right. Let's start by looking at his oaths first. We'll sort by affinity to make sure we see which ones are there. Okay. I'm seeing some interesting things here already. So, didn't see the name. Floof. Okay. Floof mommy. Cool. Hecate Floof mommy. Okay. Sweet demon mommy. Okay. I see a theme here. MP510 demon mommy. Okay. Alright. Okay. Intervention floof, mommy? Okay, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see where we're going with this. Okay. Well, yeah, what is your naming convention here? Please elaborate, because I'm really curious. Outside of the fact they're all named after guns. American ships, American guns. Ah, okay. Okay. I see. I see where this is going. Some ships are exceptions, secondary. Yeah. So that's the thing that I was actually seeing, is the fact that he has two oathed New Jerseys. Not one, but two. Two oathed New Jerseys. 3 New Jerseys. What? 3 oathed New Jerseys. Wow. Okay, that's Barrett. Okay, a Barrett Honey Bunny. Okay, Barrett Honey Bunny, and then DT11 Honey Bunny. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like the names. I like the naming convention. Also, not as many oaths as I was expecting. I was expecting a few more, but with that said, having 3 New Jersey oaths, I don't know if I'd call it based, but it's not, you know, it's not something like, it's not terrible or anything like that. It's not weird. I will say this, a lot of them are not at 200 affinity, which is unfortunate. Might want to fix that on some of these ships. You know, some of these New Jerseys. Fix that. Get them up there. You know. I wish they had a button on here that turned off putting all of the ships that are currently in a fleet at the top. It's kind of annoying, actually. I really wish I want to turn that off. Hold up, wait a minute. You only have 234 dock space. I approve. Way to not give in to the dock space. In this scenario, I approve. Way to not give in to the dock space. You just got Shimikaze, I believe. You must play like on and off. You definitely are not like a I play every day kind of player, because you definitely don't have like a lot of ships like super leveled, but you have all the good, like the generally good ships, and then, you know, some ones that you clearly just like yourself. Because you're playing for a Black Bull, you got Hakuryu, but you can really tell you're not an everyday, because a lot of the ships that you should have probably at 6 or 5 stars already are not there. Like a lot of the priority ships, which is fine, but that's just a good gauging of how much a player plays, is how many of their priority ships are actually finished. Like even Georgia is not finished, right? You did stop playing for a good period of time. That makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to know, just like get a better grasp of like where this account is and everything along those lines. What do you have in your favorites? All your oaths. Okay. Or most of your oaths. Okay. My motivation is dead at the moment. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, maybe I can motivate you to play some more. Maybe I'll motivate you to play some more. Who knows? Who knows? You did ask for some help with fleet and ship help. So I imagine you mean like fleet compositions and stuff along those lines. We got one Valentine from Shinano. It's a pretty good Valentine. You know, nothing bad to say about that. Got an oath ring in the wings, a couple of rainbows, low amount of cog chips, but actually a decent amount for where you're at right now with in regards to like what ships you want to start working on, etc. Same with cognitive arrays. It's actually not a bad position to be in. Obviously a low amount of gold prints because you probably haven't been playing Operation Siren very much, which is understandable. Incident killed your cubes. Okay. Let's see. Yes, it did. Oof. Oof. 1 cube. I feel like this is twice. This is twice I've seen this. The Unzen event just destroyed people. Because like the last account review I did just this last week was also 1 cube. 1 cube. Oof. So unfortunate. You hate to see it. It's a rip. That's a F. That is an F. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So unfortunate. Ooh, you got some combat data here too. Interesting. Word of advice, when it comes to combat datas, do not use them for experience. Instead, make sure you analyze them and turn them into these prototype cores so that you can buy UR gear with those prototype cores and other prints and other gear pieces. It's actually a great way to make up for gear because you can just select pieces from different priorities as well. Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, let's look at the gear itself. All right. 1 Georgia gun, 1 New Jersey gun, 1 Unzen gun. Okay, so I've talked about this before in a couple other account reviews for those of you on YouTube who have been watching these regularly. Welcome back, by the way. This, let's see, this whole plus 11 and then having another plus 11, like these are both auxiliary pieces, which means you used gold prints on this one and then gold prints on this one. Your best bet is to focus on one piece and getting it to 13 instead of doing multiple pieces at 11 or 12 or something along those lines. It's just consistency is better than like a shotgun effect of spreading it out, if that makes sense. Yeah, this again, see, 2 anti-air guns, 1 at 11, 1 at 11. This one could be 12 or 13 as an example. These are really good for destroyers or characters that don't rely on their anti-air gun and you just want them to fire fast. These are good for that. These are good accelerator anti-air guns is basically what you would call them. They make your everybody's anti-air guns, you know, fire faster. This is a really good destroyer gun or a secondary gun for characters that can use destroyer guns. You should definitely level and use this. This should be on a destroyer somewhere. This is like the BIS weapon for most destroyers, for a lot of destroyers that use their gun anyways. Though, as a point of reference, the oil tanker that is the same level as this, the purple oil tanker, it actually gives this exact same amount of aviation and HP, but it also has the extra effect. So having some of those, basically pairing one of those with a gold one or pairing one of those with another purple one is usually a good idea because of the extra bonus. It's not like super important, but it's like a min-maxy kind of thing that you can do. So if you do get them, you can level those instead and use them instead. And then just retire them later if you want. Awesome. You've got your triple 406s all mostly equipped and stacked up. You can plus 11 this one. That's not bad. Okay. No, I like this. It's good to see. You got this gun on her right now, which is actually not bad, as the purple one is probably the best for heavy cruisers at the time until you get other heavy cruiser guns. So, I just realized you have this. I'm not going to get rid of it. You may want to do it for some memes, but don't ever use this gun in any kind of content where you actually want to clear it, because this is a terrible gun and you should never use it. All right, let's see. Good guns there. Good on those. Good on these. Good on that. Okay. Yeah, no, your gear is reasonably good for like the stage of the game that you are at. You have all the right pieces. You're not misusing any pieces that you shouldn't be using. There's a little bit of excess here and there, like here, this bling plus 11 is kind of pointless. I mean, those torpedoes aren't the greatest. You want magnetics for sure, but it's what you have, so you're using it and it makes sense. You should actually probably put this on Minneapolis. Yes, Mini. Yes. I would level this up. It's actually a really good HP item. Yeah, that's good. Anything you can craft in here that is probably worth crafting? No, not really. You got some more of these, and a couple more of those, but no, not really. Not particularly. You might in the future need 1 or 2 of these. They're useful in certain stages of the game. Actually, in World 15, they're pretty useful too. I mean, you need more, obviously. You need more gear. That's really what it is. You just need more of it at this point. You're at the point where you just need more gear. So, which comes usually with playing consistently, right? And playing and, you know, grinding out content and things along those lines. So, not bad. Not bad. Not like nothing. I don't see anything glaring. That's actually really good. For a lot of times when I come into an account where someone has like taken a long break or played on and off or has lost their motivation, they have a lot of like glaring mistakes, or like where I'm like, yeah, this is probably why you couldn't clear this, or this is probably why you did this, or blah, 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 blah. And other than a little bit of a mismanagement of resources here and there, none of this gear is like, why the hell are you using this? Like, you don't have a plus 14 or a plus 13 beehive or something along those lines where I'm like, why did you do this to yourself? You know what I mean? And here you bought a little bit of food space, which is fine. Actually, again, I am less against the food space stuff, especially if you're not a player who logs in every day. Putting a bunch of food in there and just leaving it alone is fine. It is whatever. It is what it is. Let's look at your shipyard. Let's move on over to the shipyard. You have not finished Monarch. You know what? I did not even notice that in your dock. I was just like, oh, it's a nice dock. Everything's fine. I didn't even notice you didn't have Monarch. She's one of the best battleships in the game. to this day, she is still one of the best battleships in the game. She is a solid battleship. She is a cornerstone battleship. It's basically the best way I can put it. She is the type of battleship that, while she's not going to do the big number, she's not going to do the big anything really, but she will be consistent, she will survive, and you will be happy about it. So I reiterate again, mostly for the YouTube audience and things along those lines. If you don't have Monarch and you're struggling in certain maps and you really need a good solid battleship that will just stand by you and do what you want, Monarch is the best choice. She's easy to obtain because of gold. She's easy to farm because of, if you just want to use data loggers. If you want to swipe to get it immediately, you can just buy the instant leveler, the instant unlock, right? So totally worth. But obviously in the case of Heisei here, his priority progress is not going to be that high because, well, he's not been playing the game every day. And if you're not doing researches every day, you're playing on and off, or you just started only early last year, then it's just not going to be that high, and that's fine. Rune was my first PR ship I finished. It's fine. Rune's great. At a baseline, Rune is also still really good and is worth getting, especially if you don't have other tanky frontline characters that do damage as well. She's definitely worth having. In fact, these two are the ships that I recommend most new players grab out of the priority shop when you're first starting. I wouldn't bother with Ibuki or Izumo or Neptune, or frankly, even though I like St. Louis, I really wouldn't bother with her either until later when it comes to collection, or if you just really like them as a character. That's sort of your purposes there. Even though I love St. Louis. And then in Priority 2, Priority 2 is still probably one of my favorites because there are at least 4 ships in here that are super viable in today's content. And even Kitsukaze, there's 5 ships. Gascon kind of falls off a little bit. She just doesn't have anything special going for her other than her individual preloads. And she's a good mod. Honestly, she's probably I don't know. Because she also has a good self-heal as well. She's a good mob flagship, which is obviously stronger on manual because of the individual preloads, because you can fire each of her individual shots. So if you like manual play, go for the friendships, right? Go for the friendships. And then in PR3, to be 100% frank, Cheshire is the only ship worth really giving. Odin can be good sometimes. Champagne is nice to have. Mainz is okay. Drake is okay. She's a UR ship, so she has some strength to her, but really Cheshire is the only one really worth having out of PR3, if you're going to focus on it anyways. PR4, every single ship in here, even Marco Polo, is super good, and you want them. We all just want to have the cat girl. True. PR4 is probably the, in terms of, power across the board, that will make your account just generally stronger. Fate Sim 5, doesn't even matter about Fate Sim 5, but all of these ships are just super, super good. PR4 is easily the best PR, probably, because all of the ships in it are 100% relevant. Yes, even Marco Polo. Fight me. PR5 has some really busted ships in it. Some of them get more viable as they get their Fate Sim 5, but are generally kind of boring alternatives to other ships, even Brest. PR6, I don't know much about them yet because I haven't done a lot of testing myself, but I've heard great things about Felix. Obviously, I've heard great things about Shimanto. Kearsarge is fantastic. I've heard great things about Hindenburg, and I've not heard anything on Flandre at all whatsoever. I have no idea if she's good, bad, or whatever. But yeah, so that's my recommendations on the priority. And your priority right now, you're working on Monarch currently. Okay, you're currently working on Monarch, which is good. Good. Let's see your world progression. What is your world progression? You're currently at world 11. I don't think you really need help. You're using the really busted ships to clear the content. You're brute forcing through the content. There's not much help to give with that, to be perfectly honest with you. If you're wanting to use, if you can, and this is what you should do, is brute force all the content and just, blaze through it. These fleets will have no problem clearing pretty much everything up until you get to about World 13, World 14, and 15. You shouldn't have any problems getting through Worlds 11 and 12. You might need some more carriers over here by the time you get to world, like end of world 12, beginning of world 13. But, I mean, in all truth, you should also have Musashi in the middle. I just also want to point that out. You should probably have Musashi in the middle for barrage purposes, because New Jersey doesn't really need it as much. Musashi's barrage is not actually centered. It actually goes right in front of her, so she actually likes having the flagship position. Plus, some people don't realize this, but her ability, when the battle starts, if the ship is not your flagship or your airspace control status is not incapacitated or air denial, so it's an or kind of thing. So a lot of people don't realize she can take the flagship position and still get all this extra stuff, so long as you have your airspace control correct. That would be my point there. With, not that it matters on why I'm saving this. Actually, so with Aegir, oftentimes you want to use a faster firing torpedo so that she gets her slows and extra damage off and all that stuff as often as possible. And that's usually, let's see if you have any. Like, you can use these, I'll make them. You can use those, or you can use, there's a set of blue ones as well that also work as well pretty well. Basically, you just want to use a faster firing torpedo set for Aegir. So, as an example, you know, once you level it, it'll fire faster. These do not stack, so using 2 of these is generally not a good idea. But if it's what you have, the main stats stack. The passive ability, this part, the skill part, does not stack. So I see why you have them on here, because it's what you have. But in the future, you're definitely going to want to change that up. You're using what you have, which is not much at the moment. Basically, you're lacking in gear more than anything. I think they do. They are 2 unique skills. I'm pretty sure they don't stack. Pretty sure they don't stack. You would be right. They are technically 2 different skills. One is type 1 piercing, and then one is the type 91 piercing. But I'm pretty sure they don't stack. Yes, you can use a fire control radar as well. You can use one of these. The SG radar works for hit and evasion for your battleships as an opposite item. You also can use the fire control radar, which is, again, firepower and hit, which you're already using on other ships. So you know this. You already know some of this. Your gearing is actually fine. As I stated earlier, a lot of your gearing is actually totally fine. You're just lacking on gear. So there's really not many adjustments to make. Usually put ships I'm leveling my mod fleet or getting Infinity for. That's fine. That's fine. If you're getting Infinity for them, then yeah, their fleet compositions are fine. And like I said, with the ships that you are currently using, leveling, and oathed, you should be able to clear at least up to World 14, if not all the way into 15. But it is going to take time. You need level 125. You need level 120 to 125 ships to get through 13 and World 13 and 14. For damn sure. And to get to World 15, you definitely need like full fleets of 125 ships and extra carriers for that as well. If that is your goal here. I guess the major question is are you going to keep playing more consistently? Are you wanting to play more consistently? There's a lot of things to do in the game. There's a World 13. Yes, there's World 15. World 15 came out a few weeks ago, just last month. So, and I'm going to assume your Operation Siren progress is, yeah, not fantastic. Yeah, you don't have a lot of ships, so that makes sense. But this fleet is fine for a mob fleet. Super fine, actually. This fleet is fine for a boss fleet. Super fine, actually. Though I would put Musashi in the flagship instead of a Magi. I would swap them and do that instead if you're going to use this fleet. And if you're going to use a battleship fleet, you might as well use another battleship here instead. If you're going to use a carrier fleet, you might as well put Shinano down here, basically. Because again, with the whole Helena situation, you either want the extra 15, you either want the extra 5 seconds, or you want the 20 second, right? No, don't go to the shop. I'll let you figure it out. So yeah, you just started. You're still on the main story and other stuff as well. So if you want better gear, if you want like more enhancement materials, you got to do Operation Siren for better gear, right? Because you can, especially with the new resupply system, you can just start clearing content. You can buy all these and then start buying the gear, the extra gear prints and things along those lines. So that's Operation Siren is a must. If you want to progress at all in any way, shape, or form, this goes out to the YouTube viewers as well. If you want to progress in any way, shape, or form in the game, you need to do your Operation Siren at least like halfway consistently, enough to get the core things that you need out of the shop in order to get upgrades for your gear, right? That's basically what you want. And all the other nice things. So you mentioned the skins. Yeah, I didn't really go over the skins too much, actually. Let's see if you have anything interesting or out of the box here. Whoa, very few skins, which is not surprising considering you haven't played the game very much. Very consistently, so you haven't had a chance to really buy a lot of skins, which is totally fine. You did buy some of... Let's see, you got the free one for Yatsen down here, but you never equipped it. Yeah, I'm going to change that for you because that's a good skin. You should go up that equipped. It's very, very good. You have a skin, free skin first. Then you equip it. It's very good. Outside of that, you have the Dido skin, the Kaga, what was this, Kaga, the dance skin for, you know, Akagi, Oath skin, Oath skin, Oath skin, Oath skin, Oath skin, Oath skin, and retrofit. This skin, I wish I'd gotten this skin. I'm jealous of this skin. I wish I'd bought it. I'll buy it when it comes around again. Got the new Enterprise scuba diving skin. It's actually a really good skin. The Enterprise skins that have been coming out have been very, very good. I just have not been buying them. And then you have 3 Oathed New Jersey. So I'm kind of curious if you have all the skins. So I'm surprised you don't have each one equipped with a different skin. I am surprised by that. That's what I would be doing if I was in your situation. You bought the Aegir skin, which I didn't buy the skin because it's weird and I don't like it. But I know a lot of people really liked that skin, so I know it did well. This skin is good, but also I wasn't a big fan. I was not a big fan. It just doesn't feel right to me. That makes sense. Good Oath with a good skin. You have more skins for her? Yeah. Yeah, you got the good one. The real good one. Good choices. You have the best skin in the game, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. Best skin in the game, which is the rune skin. Right? Best skin in the game. Hands down. Hands down, best skin in the game. Alright. That, I think, is going to be it for this account review. I don't think there's really anything else to look at. Look through your dock, look through your skins, we look at your depot, we looked at your Operation Siren, I give you some advice on different things that you can do to improve the account, and a lot of it really comes down to just playing the game more. If you're not motivated to play, don't force yourself to play. However, if you want to improve, that's like the best way to do it. It's just you gotta play the game more, right? You gotta play the game more. So, with that in mind, I think that's gonna be it. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, play more is always the best improving advice. Yeah, it's the best. It's the only way to really prove, honestly, at a general level. Because you're not doing anything wrong. I can say that right now. Like, when I look at most accounts who play even consistently or inconsistently, they've done a lot of things wrong with their account. Like, they've leveled this gear or this thing incorrectly, or they've leveled a bunch of ships that don't really matter or are not going to help them progress or anything along those lines, etc. So they've leveled wrong. I'm going to put that in quotes, actually. But if you want to just improve, you know, you want to get better gear, you want to do better gearing, you want to have better fleets and stronger ships, and you want to have more content and blah, 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 then you just have to play the game more. So time is resources, right? It's a resource management. So with that said, that is going to be the end of this account review. YouTube, if you enjoyed this account review, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.